And we say good morning to you. Welcome aboard. We are live at Food City in Colonial Heights on a Food City Friday, show number 536. And they said it wouldn't last, and here we are, rolling strong at Food City in Colonial Heights. Again, it's a fantastic Friday. We got a full show ready to go. We're going to be joined a little bit later on by Bill Patrick and Beth Clendenin from Kingsport Speedway. Pat Patterson joins us live from Pocono, Pennsylvania. Race weekend. We've got the Pocono 400. Hello, Sherry. How are you? I'm doing great. Good to see you, too. Sweetheart. Got Sweetheart people out here at Food City in Colonial Heights. The Xfinity Series race is going to be happening in Pocono tomorrow. That's the, I just went totally blank. Pocono 200, Sunday the Pocono 400. And then the Truck Series racing tonight. It's the Rattlesnake 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll check in with Pat Patterson about that. Kevin Harmon joins us again. There's another Sweetheart. Where have you been? We've not done lunch. We've not done dinner. We ain't done nothing. Would you do that so we can go out and break bread? Yes. Because get the gang together. Yes. You're awesome. Kevin Harmon, UT Sports Report. I spent 6 years out here, so I know a lot of these folks coming through here, and that's a nice thing. That's very kind, and I appreciate that. Josh Lawson will be in the Kingsport Mess coming up a little bit later on. Then my man from Cincinnati, the one, the only, riding away with Dave, Crazy Dave Martin from WLW in Cincinnati. On the screen, he's ready, obviously ready to rock and roll because we want to get him in. He's got to go. And I think I told you he's LS3. He is. There he is. Jeremiah Clark from Appalachian Digital's with us. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Tom?
Good. Here's the guy that makes this thing go, and he's here, and he lives here nearby. And I said, Jeremiah, please come on the show and promote Appalachian Digital. So listen up. If you need a website, producer, director, originator, what do you call it?
Creative help.
Creative help. He can do it. I'm telling you. You can take a look at the success I've had on my show since they've taken over here, and Michael and from Appalachian Digital, and it's phenomenal. So you guys have been very busy. Tell me what's going on besides me. I'm the only one of many clients he has. Tell me what's going on with you guys.
Yeah, we've been very busy lately. Summer tends to be a busy season. This tends to be when a lot of businesses pick up, and so a lot of business owners start thinking about the fact that maybe it's time to get a new website, or if you have no website, get a website, period, and start growing on social media. So this is a prime season for us.
And so, AppalachianDigital.com. So once you go there, you got a website. Tell me what we'll see.
Yeah, so when you go to AppalachianDigital.com, you'll find out some more about us, the types of services that we offer. And we also have a page that showcases some of our clients. So you can see a link to Tom's page, to see his website, and some of our other clients as well. And there's also a contact form on there as well that you can just quickly tell us your name, number, email, what types of services that you're looking to have some assistance with, and reach out to us.
You guys got it going by helping churches, and
that's correct.
One spoke of the wheel, but you do a lot more, but you can't help churches, right?
Yes, absolutely. When we started in 2009, we were actually branded as Burning Bush, after the burning bush in the Old Testament, and at the time we were focused exclusively on churches, so we understand what it's like when you're a small organization with not necessarily a large budget to spend on websites and social media growth, so we're used to working with that type of flexible dollars.
Yep. And so if you have a big budget, small budget, a struggling budget, whatever the case may be, because we don't have a struggling budget, but if everybody's got a budget, you got to advertise and market what you've got, whether it's a church or a business or a store like Food City, whatever, then you want to give this guy a call. And of course, the numbers you have done for me since you all took over in November are out the roof. It continues to grow. And the best part about this whole thing is I'll call Jeremiah, like the other night I called him. I got to tell him myself, because I'm telling you right up front, I'm not technically savvy. I don't care to tell you that. So I called him up. I said, Jeremiah, I got to scan some stuff. I said, does my printer scan? Well, Jeremiah's never been he doesn't know, never been to my studios as well. And he cleared his throat. Tom, did you check the machine? No. So I spun around in the chair and looked on the front of the machine. The Hewlett Packard printer, it says all the different things, including scan. I said, never mind, it does scan. And so anytime I have a technical question, normally he'll clear his throat and say, just do the show, Tom.
For clarification, I don't know if I've ever actually cleared my throat. I might go silent for a moment while I think about it, but I don't know if I've ever actually cleared my throat.
You know what I mean? So it's like, just do the show, Tom. We got you. Don't worry about the technical end of it. You just do content. So, okay. So I'm doing content. But, again, these guys do a phenomenal job. And so again, talk about some of the numbers. I don't like bragging on me, but you can. So talk about some of the numbers on the growth of the show because of you and Michael.
Yeah, no, your show has had tremendous growth over the past 6 months. Tom's been around since before we came on board helping him, but when the month before we really started helping him,
Tom's around since Noah brought him over in the ark. All right, go ahead.
The month before we started actively working with Tom, his Facebook page, for example, its reach in the month of October of last year was about 4,000 or 5,000 individuals, which means during the entire month, 4,000 or 5,000 individuals had seen something about his Facebook page. Last month, his reach was over 100,000. So he's had steady growth, but positive growth every single month now for 6 months. And that's not just Facebook numbers, but also Twitter numbers. And then we also track his numbers for his website and YouTube, and those numbers have been growing as well. So his reach, his impact, the number of people hearing and seeing about him has consistently grown month over month.
It's the name of the game, and that's because of these guys. I keep saying these guys. Michael's never, I don't guess he's ever been on the show, so Jeremiah's kind of the face of the company, but it takes two of them. They're two great guys, Michael Smith and, of course, Jeremiah Clark, you see on the screen. So AppalachianDigital.com is the way to go. And so, again, right now, without naming names, of course, you're helping me, and I'm a sports show. What are some of the product categories you're helping right now?
A little bit of everything. We got a church we're working on. A new small business we just picked up recently that we're working on. A little bit of everything, to be honest.
You'd met a guy with an air conditioning company that he was going to have you hook up with him. We met him out at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll be there next Friday, by the way. So there was one, I don't know if that panned out or not, but he was expressing some interest. A lot of folks, if you have a website, let's face it, we're in electronic media now, and it took me a while to catch up to this, but we all need, and if you have a company, you have a business, you need to be on the internet, and you need to be doing Facebook. I don't know if you do Instagram and all these other different options, but you got to have a presence. The old traditional newspaper and TV and radio, I mean, it's good. That can be part of the mix, but you definitely need to be where we are right now on Facebook and also on the website, right?
Absolutely. Just to name a client that we've been working with, he had not yet gone over to the digital age of having an active website and an active social media presence. And in his line of business, he sells products to different organizations. And an individual that used to buy products from him ended up leaving her organization and going to a different organization, but she wanted to continue using him for his products and services. So she did what any person does in this day and age. She went to Google and started trying to Google him to find him, and she could not find him online. He did not have a website. So she ended up actually having to call her old organization to get his contact information to reach back out to him. And she told him that story then of, hey, I tried to Google you, I couldn't find you. And that was when it really hit home for him that, again, in this day and age, if you're not online, you can't be found, you don't exist. You have to have some type of online presence.
Got to have presence, and I didn't know that because I'm kind of behind the 8 ball. So I met these guys, and so I'm telling you, it works. And again, to go from 4 or 5,000 originally to over 100,000 in 6 months?
6 months.
December,
basically.
January, February, March, April, May. 6 months, we go from over 4,000, or just right around 4,000 to 5,000, to over 100,000 because of him and Michael, his partner. So you got to check him out. Appalachian, you see it on the screen. AppalachianDigital.com. What do you want to leave us with today, big guy?
It's a beautiful day outside. Hopefully it's going to be beautiful this weekend. So get out, do some hiking, do some kayaking, do some biking, get active. We all spend, as much as the world does revolve around electronics, make sure you get outside and get some exercise.
There you go.
So.
And you're still running, aren't you?
Yeah, I ran yesterday.
How far?
Yesterday, 6 miles. Yeah.
God.
I haven't been as active here the last couple months. I need to get more engaged, but
makes me tired just asking when I say that. In fact, one time I called him, I thought he was in trouble. I called him and said, "Hey, how's it going?" And and I thought, God, is he being robbed or what are you doing? He said, "I'm running." So he had a little dooflotch in his ear, and he was answering phone as he was running.
I talked to Tom for about a mile. I ran for about a mile in the time that I talked to Tom. And actually, are you going to do the announcing for the Crazy Eights this year?
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I bought my Crazy Eights ticket just the other day.
Yep.
And this year they're having what they're calling Totally Crazy, where if you do both the 3K and the 8K, you get a bigger medal that like goes around the Crazy 8s medal, and it says that you're totally crazy. So I actually signed up for the Totally Crazy.
So you're going to do the walk and the run?
Yeah, and my wife Erin's actually doing the walk too, so both do the walk, and then I'll go do the run, so...
Yeah, it's coming up. It's a little over a month from now. It's hard to believe Fun Fest right around the corner.
I know.
Hard to believe it's Father's Day.
I'm still trying to get used to the concept that summer is here. I still think it's wintertime.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's hard to believe it's 199 days till Christmas. So I got my countdown. And I got my trees up.
Oh, gosh. You just never take it down.
No, they let Steph, I got 3 trees up in the house. So year round, go in, go, boop, flip on the light, and it's voila, Christmas.
You're good to go.
So there you go. I'm a different bird. That's okay. Makes life interesting. It is Jeremiah Clark, Appalachian Digital. Go to that website, AppalachianDigital.com. Give you a testimonial one more time. If he can help me, and he did, he can certainly help you. And he's not a budget buster either. These guys will work within your budget. They're not going to do it for free. They're going to make a living, and that's totally understandable. But they do a great job, and you get the most bang for your buck, and they'll take care of you. How's that? Is that good?
That sounds good.
All right. Good job. Ran 6 miles.
Uphill both ways, actually.
Uphill both ways. He's an amazing man, I'm telling you. All right. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got more. Jason Johnson joins us coming up next year. We're live at Food City in Colonial Heights on a Food City Friday. It is Fantastic Friday. We got all kinds of deals going on today, and the cash registers are reflecting it. It's busy in here. We'll talk about that and all these specials. Jason's coming this way. He'll talk to us next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 536. And they said it wouldn't happen thanks to Grip Energy Drink, sold right here at all Food Cities.
At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30, and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses, June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyTix.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
It's raining savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a massive selection of over 700 new Chevrolets to choose from, with 400 of them Silverados. Silverado Crew and Double Cab LTs, $11,000 off MSRP, 20% off 17 Equinox and Traverse LT, 15% off Silverado HD gas engine. Don't miss out on the best savings of the year to purchase a new Chevy. Saturday parts and service hours and shopping online 24/7. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game. Birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There he is on the screen, our Food City store manager. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm great, Tom. How are you today?
Good. Like a man with a beard. Isn't that good? Jason got him a beard, and I appreciate that very much. And so we are here. We're going to be talking here in just a minute how you can get your tickets. We are 68 days away from the truck race at Bristol Motor Speedway. That means we are 70 days out from the Food City 300. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be in that race, his final Xfinity Series race at Bristol Motor Speedway on August the 18th. Of course, the 19th is the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. You can get your tickets here at this Food City and all Food Cities. We'll talk about that coming up here in just a moment. But today it is Fantastic Friday, a one-day celebration. Man, we got some dandies, and then Doyle's going to be here talking a little produce. Woo! If I treat him right, I may get a little bit of watermelon. Sometimes in the past, I've come here, he's brought me a little smidgen of watermelon.
All you got to do is sweet talk him a little.
Sweet. I love Doyle. This guy was the National Produce Manager of the Year. What year? 2006. 2006. Number one produce manager in the country. He's off camera. He'll be with us here in just a second. Jason's with us, so here we go, big guy. Let's run down these specials because there's some dandies today.
Absolutely, Tom. Like you said, it's a Fantastic Friday one-day celebration. It's going till midnight tonight. Got Van Camp's 15-ounce chili beans, chili with beans, 95 cents a can. Star Kiss light tuna, 65 cents a can. Value Time vegetables, that's the cut green beans, the whole kernel corn, and the sweet peas. Today and today only, you get a case. That's 12 of them for $5. Value Time vegetable oil, $1.50 for a 48-ounce bottle. Buckley Farms bologna, 16-ounce pack for $1.25. That's good bologna right there too. Gold Leaf chicken leg quarters, it's 49 cents per pound. Vidalia 3-pound onions for $1.99 a bag. The Value Time large eggs for 50 cents a dozen.
Whoa.
That is a great deal on those eggs. Stock your cabinets up to date, folks, because we got some deals going. Value Time 20-ounce sandwich bread, 65 cents a loaf. And the Food Club 24-pack soft drinks for only $3.99 a case. You pack that in the cooler, take it to the lake, take it camping. It's great on ice.
When was the last time you get a dozen eggs for 50 cents? That's unbelievable. And these are large eggs, too. Value Time large eggs, one-day price today at all Food Cities for 50 cents. You're talking about bologna. You like fried bologna?
I love fried bologna. You get that loaf of bread, that bologna and those eggs, fried bologna and egg sandwich. Man, that's eating high on the hog right there.
What'd you say? Cowboy hat.
Oh, goodness.
Doyle's talking about a cowboy hat, fried bologna. Then what comes next? Mashed taters, cheese on top. That's a redneck's paradise, ain't it? There you go. So Buckley Farms bologna, one day, today only, limit to $1.25 a pack. Also Value Time vegetable oil, one-day price, a 48-ounce bottle for limit to for $1.50. As Jason was talking about, the Value Time vegetables, a case of vegetables. These are 12, 14.5-ounce cans. These aren't mini cans. These are regular cans. A case of vegetables, green beans, corn, sweet peas for $5. That's unbelievable.
That's a great deal.
Wow.
I mean, you fill your cabinet up for the rest of the year right there.
Man, oh man. And there is a limited case of one case per person, but still, goodness gracious, 12 cans go a long way.
12 cans will. You got that right. And you throw the tuna and the chili beans in there, you've got plenty of good eating.
Chicken leg quarters again per pound for one-day price, 49 cents. And then, as he said, the Value Time sandwich bread, one-day price of 65 cents. Then, of course, that's just today. Then we have a regular sale paper. We got to buy one, get one free going on all through store closing Tuesday night at all Food Cities. And man, look at all these buy one, get ones. This is perfect for picnics time.
That's some great deals in there. You got your Food City hamburger and hot dog buns in there, your Terry's chips, Food City premium ice cream. To go along with that, if you're in here shopping and you're a little hungry, we got our $5 hot bar meal in the Bakery Deli. You get a meat, 2 sides, and a medium drink for $5. Oh, and you get a roll with that too.
Now, last Friday after the show, we were in Elizabethton, so I did just that. I got the meatloaf, mashed potatoes and gravy, macaroni and cheese, and a roll and a drink for $5. And I thought, you couldn't make it for that. There's no way you can make it.
No way.
It's a great deal. And the hot bar, the food is great here at Food City in the hot bar, so that's going on too this week for $5. And you get these buy one get ones, ice cream and the buns and all that. Tell me about that.
The buns, you can get any of these. You can mix and match. You've got your Food Club cheeses, shredded or chunk cheeses for buy one get one. Tombstone pizzas, Duke's mayonnaise, Tide Simply laundry detergent. And if you flip on back in the ad there, Tom, we've got even more. We've got our Food Club salad dressing, Betty Crocker Suddenly salad mixes, Moore's snacks, Food Club cereal, that's your 11 1/4 to 17.3 ounce. Food Club toaster pastries, the 6-count boxes. Cinnamon gooey bites. Chobani 32-ounce Greek yogurt. That's a 2-pound tub of Greek yogurt.
Buy one, get one
Buy
free.
one, get one free. Food Club powdered coffee creamer. That's varieties. That's different flavors too. It's not just your regular creamer. That's a 16-ounce container. Aluminum foil. Everybody's got to have aluminum foil for the grill. Buy one, get one free today, this week. Our Food Club 16-ounce brewed sweet tea. Buy one, get one free. That's a great item to pack up and take on a road trip with you. Take out on the lake with you. Whatever you want to do there. Castleberry's hot dog chili sauce. Buy one, get one.
It's all through Tuesday, the sale prices. Of course, Fantastic Fridays today, but it's all right here at Food City. At all Food Cities, over 120 stores, again, across 4 states. And you going to be in touch? Thank you. Food City ice cream, buy one, get one free. Terry's potato chips, buy one, get one free. Tombstone pizzas, buy one, get one free. It's all right here at Food City, and so store's busy here already this morning, isn't it?
Oh yes, sir. We've got a crowd in here, and it's only going to get busier.
Oh, absolutely. A dozen eggs for 50 cents. I don't remember that as a kid. I guess it was way back in the day, but 50 cents for a dozen eggs. These are large eggs too, so man, that's good stuff right there. As he said, a cowboy hat. Fried bologna, mashed potatoes and cheese on a slab of bologna, and the Buckley Farms bologna's one-day price today for $1.25 here and at all Food Cities. Gonna come back a little while and do it again?
Absolutely, Tom.
All right, getting back in here in just a few minutes. Let's switch gears. Let my man get in here. That would be our buddy. That would be my man Doyle. Come on in here. Food City Produce Manager of the Year in 2006. And so we'll get in the seat. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
There it is. He's back, and there he is on screen, our buddy Doyle. By the way, we're going to talk about the Predators. We got a sports show coming up. That's why we're here. We got the Predators. They got hammered last night. The Penguins said, we're not done. On our ice, we're going to still show you we're the defending Stanley Cup champions. And they shut out the Predators 6-0. 3-2. Penguins lead the best of 7. Game 6, Sunday night in Nashville. Bridgestone Arena. We'll talk more about that. NBA Finals tonight. Golden State's going to try and close it out against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. We'll talk more about that coming up. Reds having a pretty good run right now. We'll talk about the Reds and all the Major League Baseball. Got a whole stack of stuff over here to go through coming up here in a few minutes. Also, Beth Clendenin and Bill Patrick's here from the Kingsport Speedway. We're going to talk to those kids coming up here in a minute as well, because Beth is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. So is Doyle. Produce, man. It's big time of the year, summer produce. I see the corn stacked over there in the produce department.
Yeah.
Tell about that great corn you got.
A good deal, $2.99. It's been eating good. It's been really good. We got mostly bicolors what we've been selling, but it's pretty. Looks good. So and then we got the 10-pound potatoes, 10-pound mesh Idaho potatoes. Buy one, get one free. That's a good deal on them things. And then we got the 3-day sale on the Vide Yang, or the 1-day sale. I'm sorry, 1-day sale for $1.99. Then we got the Hot House tomatoes, $1.69 a pound. We got salads, fresh salads, premium romaine, double carrot, and a green and crisp, 2 for $4. We got the peaches and the nectarines, $1.99 a pound there. And you're talking about good. Now that's some good eating right there.
Which one, the peaches?
Peaches and the nectarines both, yes. And we got the watermelon cups and bows, $1.99 a pound. That's a good deal on that. It's $1 savings a pound on it.
So what are you going to bring the old man over?
I'm going to bring you some watermelon in a minute. Give me a chance here.
Love this watermelon. The watermelon's full of what? What's in it that's good for you?
A lot of vitamins.
Vitamin D.
Yeah.
A lot of potassium. Good
Potassium,
for you.
yes, yeah.
Keeps you, when you sweat things out, it kind of helps replenish with
Yes.
potassium and vitamin D. So, among other things, go ahead.
We got mangoes, 99 cents. We got the grape tomatoes, 2 for $4. Living lettuce, $1.69 a pound or a package. That's like a butter lettuce. It's a good tender lettuce. Then we've got a yellow and zucchini squash, $1.29 a pound. Then we've got all kinds of organic stuff on sale. So we got the blueberries and the $2.99, red peppers, $1.99 each. Zucchini squash, $1.99 a pound. Rainbow carrots, a little 2-pound bag, $2.49.
So the organic goes good, doesn't it? You sell a lot of organic?
It's picked up a lot, yes.
Yep. So
Yeah.
it's all right here. It's your Food City Produce Department.
Uh-huh.
Good stuff. So you bring me some watermelon, is that what you said?
I'll do it. Would you rather have something else?
No. Gosh, no. Man, getting free food, I ain't gonna argue. Bring whatever.
I'll bring you a cup.
Cowboy hat one more time is fried bologna.
Yes, sir.
And then what you
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Cheese on top.
Cheese
of that.
on top.
That's
Like
what that's what you used to feed us in grade school.
We had a lot of fried bologna in West Virginia in grade school. Do you remember pimento cheese?
Oh yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I never was a pimento cheese fan.
Well, we weren't either, but we had to because we didn't have much. But bless her heart, we had those every day. And she put that lettuce in the summertime in a brown bag lunch. That lettuce, and by lunchtime, it was soggy and nasty, and that's all you had unless you could barter. And I used to barter, swap out stuff for peanut butter, and we'd have apples and oatmeal cookies and all that. And we'd do a little barter at the lunch table because pimento cheese got old every day.
Yeah.
But fried bologna sandwich, woo!
Yes,
that's good stuff. The
yes,
fried
sir.
bologna, Buckley Farms bologna at all food cities today only. 1 day price, 16-ounce container for $1.25 limit too.
That's how I learned to eat an onion on bologna sandwich.
Did you really?
I ate onion, yeah.
On a bologna sandwich?
On a bologna sandwich.
Wear it out.
Never did like onions until then. I love them now.
All right, he's my man. Thank you, my friend.
All right.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got her here. She's ready to go. Beth Clendenin from the Kingsport Speedway. She joins us next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and also talking NBA Finals. We're going to be talking college baseball coach leaving locally, took a new job. We'll tell you who's leaving. And we got all that coming up straight ahead here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Food City in Colonial Heights. Again, Beth joins us next here. Again, show number 536 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There she is, Beth Clendenin from Kingsport Speedway, and here she is on the screen. First time she's ever done this, so we'll go easy on her. She'll do a great job, and she heads up the Kids Club at Kingsport Speedway. Of course, the Concrete Jungle here in Kingsport. They're off this week. They'll pick back up next week, but Beth, you head up the Kids Club, and so when the mamas and daddies come there, the kids get to come and they get to hang out and have fun with you for a while with the Kids Club. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we start at 5:30, of course, when the gates open, and they're allowed to stay in the room, and we do like a little craft or activity till 8 o'clock. That way some of the later, arrivers don't miss out on it. So we just do an activity, and sometimes like this coming week when we start back, we're going to do a Power Wheels race with them, and that's always a big hit. Kids really enjoy doing that, and they get the race on the track, the front stretch. So
now the Power Wheels, that's the same thing when I was a kid. It was a big wheel.
Kinda. It's like it's usually we have to have the 4 wheels, and it's got to have. We try to keep it as simple as possible. That way nobody's tweaking with stuff. And
So is the Power Wheel, is it pedal?
No, it's actually battery operated.
Oh,
so yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Power Wheels. So you have Power Wheel races for the kids.
Right.
And the Kids Club, and you have it right up until during the race, or up right to the start of the race?
Right before the race starts. We usually try to cut off about 8 o'clock, so that way I get to enjoy and watch the race as well, and that way the kids get to go back to their parents, and they get to sit and watch it. Because a lot of the kids that I have in the Kids Club are involved in racing, like their dad's race or their uncles, or somebody they've known all their life. So.
Yep. We're talking to Beth Clinton, as you see on the screen. Bill Patrick's on his way to talk about the points, and also coming up in just a few minutes, we'll take a break and go straight to Pocono, Pennsylvania to talk to Pat Patterson from the Performance Racing Network. NASCAR stars are in Long Pond, Pennsylvania this weekend. Xfinity Series tonight, or tomorrow rather. Sunday will be the Cup Series, and of course the Truck Series and the Rattlesnake 400 at Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. We'll talk to Pat about all that coming up here in just a few minutes. So is there a cost to be in the Kids Club?
There isn't no cost. That was my whole, when I started doing it, my plan was that I always felt that if you could get a kid involved and wanting to come, and you can't do anything else in this town for $10 as a married couple, what else are you going to do for $20? And your kids are free, and so if I can get them wanting to come back every week and be involved, and that's their way of being involved. They feel like, if they get to, like I said, next week at the Power Wheels race, if they get to be on the track, they think like that's the grandest thing, being that close, because some of these kids don't get to go to the pits. Some have been close to a race car and some haven't, and that's their opportunity to get down there, so they feel like that's their involvement, and it is their involvement with it. So if you can get them to want to come, and they're free, and the Kids Club is free, and everything we do is free for them, so
plus
they really
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say they really enjoy the interaction with the drivers.
Plus, it may light the fuse. You may have a future driver of one of these kids, guys or girls, because it started getting down on the track and kind of feeling it and liking it and going, man, I want to do this. And you may morph into getting drivers as they get older.
Right, correct. And it keeps that generation involved in knowing that there is other things out there. They hear about ball and, football and all this during school, but other than Bristol, a lot of people don't even know we're up there. And we want to reach out and try to get as many people. And I think it starts with, like last year I done shirts for them, and I hope to do it this year. I was hoping before they left school, but if they wear their shirt to school, maybe, another child might ask what that's about. Sure. Because they've never heard of it. They've never, and maybe they go home and they say to their parents, we need to go up there, and the parent's going to say, well, it's only $10. Why not?
Yep. The walking billboard, those T-shirts are.
Yep.
So, Kids Club, Kingsport Speedway, every Friday night when they're racing. They're off this week, but they'll pick back up with racing next week, right?
Correct. Yep. Next Friday night.
Next Friday night.
Yep.
Again, right down the road here, again, off of John B. Dennis in Kingsport, the Concrete Jungle. Had good crowds, and so another chance to bring your little person, as you heard her say, get in for $10. Kids get in free. Where else can you do that? I don't know if you can go to the movies now for $10.
No, that was my whole, like when I went out and I had gotten some sponsors the other year. I've been doing this for about 4 years now, and the first year I went out and got some sponsors, and my whole thing was that you cannot take your child to the movies for $10, even just them, not counting you. and not counting popcorn and not counting your spouse, or and they're going to want to take a friend most of the time, and all that. It all adds up. And I mean, this day and time, you've got to find something. And like I said, most of the kids really enjoy it because they get to be involved. They get to be up close and personal with them, and they get to learn,
About
all
the drivers. Press
correct.
the flesh, the name of the game.
Yep. So, and we want to keep, like you said, we want to keep that generation involved because, it's fell off some through the years, and then it's picked back up, and it goes back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to keep that interest in them and want them to see that, they can be involved and they can learn and they can go on and maybe, like you said, become a driver or,
whatever.
Crew member or whatever.
At the minimum, be a NASCAR fan.
Right.
That's at
correct. Yeah, that's what we want. We want fans and we want people involved.
Fannies in the seats. Beth Clendon, great job. We'll get you back in here again real soon. Let you talk
Alrighty.
about some more, all right?
Well, I appreciate you having me on.
First time I've ever done this.
Yeah.
Good. She knocked it out, hit the bell.
Alrighty.
You done good.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go to Pocono, Pennsylvania, talk NASCAR with Pat Patterson live at Pocono next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30 and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyTix.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
It's raining savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a massive selection of over 700 new Chevrolets to choose from, with 400 of them Silverados. Silverado Crew and Double Cab LTs, $11,000 off MSRP, 20% off 17 Equinox and Traverse LT, 15% off Silverado HD gas engine. Don't miss out on the best savings of the year to purchase a new Chevy. Saturday parts and service hours and shopping online 24/7. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now, some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
back live with the Tom Thurman Sports Show live at Food City in Colonial Heights. We are 68 days away from the truck race at Bristol Motor Speedway. We are 70 days out from the Food City 300. It'll be here before you know it. But this weekend, the stars of NASCAR are in Pocono, Pennsylvania, and so is our buddy Pat Patterson from the Performance Racing Network. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Tom, how are you? Happy Friday to all of your listeners and NASCAR fans, and hope everybody's ready for a great weekend.
Absolutely. Let's jump in and go with the Xfinity Series. Of course, Eric Jones, the defending champ of the race a year ago, and let's talk Xfinity Series. We're gaining a driver in the Cup, but we're losing a driver and a team in the Xfinity Series. Bring us an update on that, would you please?
Well, the big news, of course, this week is that Bubba Wallace, who has been driving the number 6 for Jack Roush in the Xfinity Series, has been tapped to substitute for the injured Eric Almirola, and he'll start that this weekend in the famed 43 car. It was really coincidental timing because the funding for the 6 car, the Xfinity Series car for Jack Roush, had run out. So basically, this was kind of like the only way Bubba was going to be racing anywhere this weekend was going to be in this situation that he's in. Regan Smith, of course, filled in for a couple of races there, but Ford is really pushing to try to get Bubba Wallace some opportunity because he's been a Ford driver for ever since he got through the diversity program, and so this is a big next step for Bubba. He needs to really make a good impression here in the Cup Series, in the Cup car, run the laps, finish the races, get what he can get out of this, and hopefully attract some attention that will provide him with an opportunity to continue racing. Because if it doesn't happen, Bubba Wallace is going to be one of those people that may be on the outside looking in here in the future.
We're talking to Pat Patterson live at Pocono, Pennsylvania. So, again, Bubba, everybody knows African-American. This is a great shot in the arm, I think, for NASCAR as far as diversity. Getting an African-American back in the Cup Series, hadn't been there for a while, so a lot of folks are hoping he does well from that standpoint.
Well, absolutely, but I mean, no different than perhaps anybody else of any ethnicity is in terms of we got a little bit of everything going on in the series. It's a big world, and as much of it as it can be represented in the Premier Series is a positive for the series overall. So, Bubba's been around this business for a long time. He's a solid race car driver. And, we'll see what he can do with the opportunity he's got.
You got it. That's a great way to put it. We're talking to Pat Patterson. Pat, folks have not been to Pocono. It's a unique track the way it's laid out. And it takes, I've heard some of the drivers say it's almost like 3 races in one, the way you got to drive the track. Describe the track at Pocono. It's different than most tracks.
Yeah, well, I mean, this track was built around, Dr. Joe Mattioli built this racetrack basically taken 3 different turns that he really liked. One at Indy, one at Trenton, and one at, I forget where the other place was. But basically, it's a 3-turn road course type of oval, 2.5 miles long, flat. And there is one turn we refer to as the tunnel turn, which is the furthest point out away from the start-finish line. And that's a very tricky turn because you're running so fast, and you're going into a corner with literally no banking. So it's a lot like a road course when it comes to that particular turn, a very high-speed turn. And you'll hear them refer to it as a tunnel turn throughout the weekend. It's a place where you don't want to be out of position in terms of the traffic around you because the car tends to ride up high on the racetrack at that point right there, so it's really easy for a car to get turned around. So, the longest straightaway in all of NASCAR from one end to the other here along the front stretch, and a challenge for engine builders, when it comes to how many RPMs these engines will turn. And it's usually a pretty exciting race. We used to run 500 miles here, and it just put everybody to sleep. It was the longest race on the planet. 400 now seems to be a good distance for this place. The stages this weekend will be 50 laps for Stage 1, 50 laps for Stage 2, and then the balance making up, of course, the end of the race itself. So it'll be a lot of fun. Kurt Busch is the defending champion here. This was a good race for him last year. A little bit of news on Kyle Busch's part. If everybody watched the race last weekend in Dover, a tire came off of their race car, and he ends up losing his crew chief basically for the next 3 races, and along with his tire changer and the carrier of the tire. So that's kind of a disadvantage for Kyle Busch this weekend. As far as penalties go here at Pocono.
Talking to Pat Patterson of Pocono, Pennsylvania. We're live here on the Performance Racing Network. Again, the points, got a new points leader, Martin Truex Jr. with an 8 or 9 point lead over Kyle Larson. Comes Harvick, Kyle Busch, Jamie McMurray. Then you round out the top 10. JJ, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Clint Boyer. Pat, who typically runs well at Pocono and who typically struggles at Long Pond, Pennsylvania?
Well, it's hard to really put a finger on who struggles because, like I said before, this is basically a super speedway without the banking.
Mm-hmm.
The draft here is really, really important, just as it is at Talladega and Daytona, but in a different sort of way. The aero play here is normally the teams that are going to be really good here are the ones that are always good at Daytonas and Talladegas when it comes to the aero platforms. I really think that, you look at the Stewart-Haas teams and you kind of think to yourself that this needs to be a big weekend for them. I think that Ryan Blaney's knocking on the door right now. Hendrick Motorsports has always done well at this racetrack, and of course Jimmy Johnson's trying to break over the 84th win so that he can move up to, I think, it'd be 3rd on the all-time list with a win this weekend. So it's really a pick'em of the good teams that normally contend for these wins. Kyle Larson, Ganassi, all those guys they'll be good again this weekend. So just gonna have to watch it and see on Sunday.
You got it. Before I let you go, sponsorship situations this week. Casey Kane, Sport Clip says they're going to step away from his sponsorship with Hendrick Motorsports. Danica is now talking to Stewart-Haas about maybe ending their relationship a little early, although she is signed through next year. So off the track, of course, we already mentioned Bubba Wallace. So off the track, the sponsors continue to kind of come and go, and I guess that adds a lot of pressure to these drivers because if you lose your sponsorship, it makes it very tough to go out there and know that you can run, knowing you got the money behind you. So does that add stress to the teams when the sponsors come and go?
Well, it's obviously important because remember that for every team that's out there, you could be talking about as many as 100 employees. So while the driver, certainly can suffer in these situations, even more importantly in my mind is the fact that you got regular folks out here, going to work every day at that race shop that, when sponsorship starts getting thin, those people start scrambling around looking for jobs. And that's when the talent pool starts moving around, that's when the fortunes of teams change. Because, what makes race cars go fast is people, not parts. And having the right people assembled is always the toughest job there is in this business. So, when one team starts losing some good people, that means that some other teams are going to pick up some good people. And that's really that's the way the world goes around in the racing world. So, when you see these people losing sponsorships, usually that means that some other team's getting ready to get rich.
There you go. Great point. That's why we have him on every week. Before I let you go, as we always do to wrap this thing up, tell us how we can hear you and find you during the week with Pat Patterson.
Well, just check us out on Facebook at our Racing Guy Facebook page. You can always follow us on Twitter at Racing Guy. And you can listen to us, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90, 7 a.m. Saturday morning, 7 a.m. Sunday morning. We'll get you ready for the racing here at Pocono. And then, of course, always here on Fridays with you, Tom, and chatting it up. So come find us this weekend. We'll be having fun here at the old Tricky Triangle.
You got it. You had a lot to my show. Thank you for contributing. I know you're busy, and have a good weekend. I'll talk to you next week, all right?
All right. See you guys.
Yep. Good man right there. Our buddy Pat Patterson with the Performance Racing Network, again, live from Pocono, Pennsylvania. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We'll go live here at Food City, where today, here are some of the specials. Fantastic Friday. A dozen large eggs, 50 cents. Today, only limit 4 dozen per person. Value Time large eggs, a dozen eggs for 50 cents a dozen. Whew. Value Time sandwich bread, one-day price, 20-ounce loaf, 65 cents a loaf, limit 2. Also, the Food Club soft drinks, one-day price, $3.99 for 24-pack 12-ounce cans. Also, the Buckley Farms bologna, 16-ounce package, limit 2 for $1.25 today. And also, the one-day price, Star Kiss Chunk Light Tuna, 5-ounce can, limit 6 at 65 cents a can. And also, Value Time vegetables, a case of 12, case of vegetables, canned vegetables, green beans, golden corn, sweet peas, $5 for a case, limit 1 per person. And it's flying. They are flying out here. Also, the buy one get one freeze going on through Tuesday. All those we just told you is through the store closing tonight. But Food City hamburger hot dog buns, buy one get one free this week. Food City ice cream, buy one get one free. Also, Terry's potato chips, one of the exclusive brands here at Food City, buy one get one free. Tombstone pizzas, buy one get one free. And Duke's mayonnaise, 32-ounce jar, buy one get one free. It's picnic season, and those are great specials. Quick break. Kevin Harmon joins us coming up next, talking Tennessee sports, University of Tennessee, UT Sports Update. My man Kevin Harmon next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At takeoff, an NHRA top fuel dragster braves the same intense G-forces as an astronaut leaving Cape Canaveral. For power that's out of this world, don't miss the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals at Bristol Dragway. Tickets start at just $30, and every ticket is a pit pass. Witness the raw power of 10,000 horses, June 16th through the 18th. Visit ThunderValleyTix.com or call 423-BRISTOL.
It's raining savings at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. We have a massive selection of over 700 new Chevrolets to choose from, with 400 of them Silverados. Silverado Crew and Double Cab LTs, $11,000 off MSRP, 20% off 17 Equinox and Traverse LT, 15% off Silverado HD gas engine. Don't miss out on the best savings of the year to purchase a new Chevy. Saturday parts and service hours and shopping online 24/7. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now, some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back live with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are here at Food City, and there he is. He is my man. Look at him over there. My man, Kevin
I got to come in close to you.
Come in close. UT Sports Report coming up. We're going to have Josh Lawson from the Kingsport Mets. We got Dave Martin's going to join us a little bit later in the show from WLW in Cincinnati. Woo, let's start out The Predators got it handed to them last night.
They didn't show up to play last night. It was pretty bad. You know, you hope they have to pull Pecorine again, and
the goalie.
You want to think they come back to Nashville, they win Game 6. And I don't know how they're going to get a victory in Pittsburgh in Game 7. They're going to have to find something that they haven't found yet. And it's just, I had a little bit of problem with the game last night with the way Crosby knocked Subban's head into the ice, and then he threw the water bottle on the field court or the ice from the rink. And, you kind of wonder, hockey wants to be mainstream, like NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. They're not going to do it with crap like that. They need to. It was just it was right there on national television. He's banging his head on the ice, no call. Come on. I'm a bandwagon fan. I want to see the Predators do well. I have been to a game and it was a lot of fun, but I want to see them win. It'd be great for the state of Tennessee, great for the city of Nashville. But NHL, it kind of makes you wonder about. They just want the old guard to stick around, and the Penguins are the old guard, and that was just that was lousy. It was a lousy call. Taking the goal away from Subban in the third game or in the second game in Pittsburgh was a bad call, and I don't see how they overturned the goal call because it was not conclusive. It's just like they have their own rules. Not that would have made any difference in the game, but. It's frustrating to watch as a fan of the Predators.
So how can it be nip and tuck and go up there last night and get hammered 6-0? Are the Penguins that good, or the Predators just have that bad an awful night? Pekka obviously did not have a good night as a goalie. They benched him, put him on the bench. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You think of sports in general, and then you go on the road, and you don't have a good game. But this is a Stanley Cup. This is the championship.
Yeah.
You find a way.
Exactly.
You suck it up, but you find a way. Look what the Cavaliers did last year in Golden State in Game 7. You just make the plays when you got to make them, and you're the championship team. We still seem to forget they're an 8th seed, but they have the tools, they have the talent, they have the wherewithal to make this happen and to get hammered. But then they go back to Nashville and they hammer the Penguins.
Getting beat 6-0 in hockey is like getting blown out 48-0 or 24-0
exactly. At halftime. Yeah, it's awful. There's no way.
6-0 in hockey is a blowout. So Predators lose 6-0 is a point. Nashville loses. Pittsburgh wins in Pittsburgh last night. They lead the best of 7, 3-2. They'll play Game 6 Sunday night. Bob Beth Clinton, thank you, dear. Yep. Play Game 6 Sunday night in Nashville. And then if it's a Game 7, we hope it's going to be a Game 7. We'll be back to Pittsburgh on Wednesday, which is going to be a tough place to go back into and play. But hey, Bridgestone Arena's been tough to go into on Saturday nights. Again, so far in the Stanley Cup, so we'll see. Tonight, NBA Finals, Cleveland, Golden State. Put a fork in them. Are they done?
Yeah.
The Cavs?
Yeah.
Okay.
They imploded in the last minute of that third game and let Kevin Durant. Good grief, 6'11", brings the ball down the court.
No defense.
He can. He's an elite defender for him.
Zero.
And
let me tell you what they did wrong.
He can do it all, and there's just no answer for him. And what did they do wrong?
Fundamental basketball. First thing we used to run laps, coach would say, do not go down the floor with your back to the play. Turn around, backpedal down the floor, see what's going on. These guys are running down the floor. Durant's on the fast break. I guess this is game 2 in Golden State. Durant's going down the floor, full throttle, dribbling the ball. They got 2 guys on the wings, and the 2 defenders with their backs to Durant coming down the floor. They feather out to defend the pass.
Yeah, I remember
Durant
that play.
goes straight down, hammers it home, and the TV people go, God, a monster dunk. I'm thinking, there's not a stitch of defense.
No.
Now, if you want to see a monster dunk, go back and see Michael Jordan going through 2 or 3 defenders and dropping one over their head. Whoosh. That's pretty impressive. But to go down the court with no defense. Then the other play that I saw, textbook defense or non-defense, guys in the corner, Durant, fakes out, dribbles the baseline. The defender doesn't do, we were always taught, go down, put your foot on that left baseline, put your left foot on that baseline, block that baseline, and take a charge. He goes right by him, tomahawks a slam, place goes nuts. I'm thinking, he can play defense. Cavaliers have no defense, so they're
other than LeBron and Kyrie Irving, they're not defenders at all. They're not a very good defending team.
No.
And you have Curry's not a great defender, but you have Klay Thompson, and they've got so many parts in the middle that just jam it up. I mean, is this the greatest team of all time, or is it the Lakers team with Kobe and Shaq? I mean, I don't know if the Lakers, the Warriors would have an answer for Kobe or Shaq. But as far as offense, they're pretty good.
Pretty good. Talking to Kevin Harmon.
When your third option is Klay Thompson.
Pretty good options.
I mean, good grief.
Curry, Durant, and Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. And then they bring Livingston off the bench, and I mean, there's no real weakness.
No let up.
And when they just took it to them in that last minute, I think it just sucked all the air out of Cleveland. And I think tonight's just a foregone conclusion. Because they know they go back to Golden State, there's no way.
Right. We're talking to Kevin Harmon. Of course, as the national defending world champions, you don't really want to get swept and get swept in your home gym.
16-0, first time that's ever going to happen. So I mean, they got some motivation, but I think they're beat.
We're talking to Kevin Harmon. We're here about UT Sports Report, UT update, and so we got us a new baseball coach in Knoxville. Tell me about it.
And it's it seems to be on paper a pretty good hire. Most hires sometimes are on paper, but this guy is Tony Vitello. He's an Italian, Tony V. And right now he's coaching. He's assistant coach at Arkansas, and it seems to be that the South Alabama coach Tim and C could never come to terms with him, so they just kind of dropped him and went with this guy. But he's got the resume, and he's not a former pitching coach. He's not a head coach, but he seems to have. He's young and he's got the enthusiasm that program needs. And then Tennessee, the administration is going to have to back it up with the improving of the facilities. And hopefully this guy, he's an elite recruiter. He's been a part of 7 top 15 classes. Last year Arkansas was thought to have the best class, and he's the recruiter in charge of that. So that's what Tennessee's got to have talent. You got to have talent to win baseball. You got to have good pitching. You got to have good defense. You got to be strong up the middle. You got to, you need hitters. I mean, there's so much, but Tennessee just doesn't have the talent. They get an occasional player like a Chris Burke or who was the shortstop they had last year that's a top 50. He's in the Reds organization. Nick Senzel. But you got to get talent in that program. And Tennessee will support their teams. You've got to get out there and win. And Serrano couldn't do it, and I didn't want another. The rumor was the Holbrook guy from South Carolina who resigned, but I'm sure glad we didn't take him. That would have been just another Serrano. Somebody just kind of passed their time and couldn't make it happen.
Josh Lawson joins us coming up in a few minutes at Kingsport Mets. Speaking of baseball, we'll talk about the K-Mets, which opening night's right around the corner. He's got lots to tell us about. He'll join us coming up. Also, our buddy Dave Martin from WLW Radio in Cincinnati, riding away with Dave. We'll see what he's got to say about the Cavaliers. And the Reds had a big sweep of the Cardinals. First time they swept St. Louis since 2003, so the Reds get a little momentum.
I got to tell you, it's the worst St. Louis team I've ever seen.
Not very good?
Oh, terrible. They're terrible. All right. I mean, usually the Cardinals are in there, I mean, the Cardinals are usually competing, but they're not this year. They're terrible.
Football, recruiting, Tennessee football. What's going on right now?
Well, the Tennessee got 2 big recruits last week, but they're in the 2020 class. They're only sophomores in high school. So you don't know how that plays out. And I really don't know why they take 2020 kids. We did have a decommit with Jalen Reed, cornerback. Looks like he's from Olive Branch, Mississippi. It looks like he's trending to Ole Miss. And why anybody would trend to Ole Miss right now with what's going to happen to them, I have no idea. But you never know. But I think Tennessee's up in their talent tremendously. The Justin Fields kid has decommitted from Penn State. Tennessee wanted him pretty bad. They've got their quarterback, but the fear is he goes to Alabama, or he goes to Georgia or Florida. Florida gets Malik Zaire, the quarterback from Notre Dame, the graduate transfer, comes to Florida. So it's there he is. He's got a gator in there. He's swimming out of here. Good luck. And it should be an interesting season. Right now you're in summertime, you're in conditioning, you're in weightlifting, you're in running. now's the time you start to prepare for the season and get stronger and get better conditions, and because it's a long year. We open up with Georgia Tech. It's not an easy schedule for the Vols. So,
tell me about Christian Coleman.
How about that kid? You been reading up on him at all?
Tennessee junior Christian Coleman sets the collegiate record of the 100-meter dash and advanced to the finals. Coleman's 9.82 seconds broke the collegiate record of 9.89. This guy, surely he plays football.
No, he doesn't. And that's never really translated well to Tennessee. You had Richmond Flowers that did both. I can't think. Justin Gatlin tried to play football, but it's just a different sport. You had some sprinters that have, Carl Lewis, I think, tried it. He couldn't do it. But no, he doesn't. But the track program needs to be in a certain spot because a lot of football players like to run track. They may not be stars, but they like to run track because it does keep them in shape. And we need our track program to get back up. And this guy is putting Tennessee on the map, track.
But if you're not,
he's a jet.
Well, yeah. So if Josh Lawson can run that 9.82. I got him in a uniform saying kickoff returns, catch the ball and run that way as fast as you can run.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of that. It's a matter of the practicing and conditioning to get ready for the season. And does football help him in track? Probably so, but what if he gets hurt? It was like Todd Helton played football. He was quarterback when Jerry Colquitt went down. But it's obvious that his future was in baseball. And he was a serviceable quarterback. He did a good job, but he didn't want to get hurt. And he did get banged up. Saw Peyton Manning, saw Brandon Stewart, and decided to drop out of it because he saw Peyton Manning. But, his future, his bread and butter was in baseball. And obviously he made the right choice. But, Christian Coleman is going to get rich. He's going to be an Olympian. He's going to win some gold medals. And will football help him? I don't think so. So if I'm him, I stick with track. He's the fastest man in the world.
Number one, best 100-meter time in the world so far in 2017. Christian Coleman from University of Tennessee junior. 100-meter dash, 9.82 seconds. That's picking him up, putting him down. That's Kevin Harmon
I can
speed
get
there.
close to that, but
that's Kevin Harmon speed there, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. He's in my league.
They call him Laser.
I'm in his
Harmon.
league.
They call him Laser.
Yeah, Laser. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Last thing, Bob Stoops resigning, stepping down as the head coach of Oklahoma at the age of 56.
Something else.
Surprised?
Yeah, I am.
More to it than we're
18 years. I don't know. I don't have any inside info at Oklahoma. I don't know, but they're putting Lincoln Riley in. He's 33, and that's a pressure cooker of a program.
Oh,
yes. When he got there, I read the story last night. Stoops said when he got there that the practice field had chicken bones on it because that's where they allowed people to tailgate before the games, and they wouldn't clean it up. So they were practicing on a field that had chicken bones at Oklahoma. And he cleaned all that up. And he said even the signs that Bud Wilkinson had put up, play like a champion today, the letters were missing, and that's just hard to believe. And
wow.
He said he's cleaned. The guy at Oklahoma had an unprecedented run. He only had, I don't even know if he had a losing season, and he won 10 Big Ten 12 titles and
national championship.
Got national championship his second year there.
Got Baker Mayfield coming back this year.
Yeah. So
got some horses in the barn.
I think something you got to watch is, he was the defensive coordinator at Florida when they won the championship. And he was a big reason Tennessee could never really get by Florida in the 90s. If McElwain struggles again, you got Bob Stoops out there. He's only 56. We know that's not that old.
I don't think he's done.
And
I don't think he's done.
UF is a great program. That whole state of Florida, you got good fertile recruiting in Oklahoma, but boy, it's nothing like Florida. I don't know. I don't know. His name is going to pop up at big schools that struggle. Maybe a Notre Dame.
Maybe a Tennessee.
Maybe a maybe, I don't know about Tennessee, but maybe a Florida or an Auburn. I don't know. You just have to watch and see. I was surprised. He says it was time. It's been 18 years. 18 years is a long time in one school. But he has it rolling there, so... So, like you said, you got your quarterback coming back. So, that's
it's interesting.
It's going to be interesting to watch because Lincoln Riley's going to have all the pressure in the world on him.
Youngest coach in the FBS. 33.
Yes, sir. 33 years old. That's a tough task for a guy that's never been a head coach anywhere. Bill Battle tried it, and it didn't work. And he was 28, and Woodruff made him head coach over Johnny Majors, and never did figure that one out.
And with the horses in the barn, he's going to be expected to win at Oklahoma. So.
Oh yeah, they don't take to losing at Oklahoma. I mean, it's Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Have you ever read that whole story? I mean, my dad's from there, and they had such a bad mindset of the state. They decided that we're going to make our football team and make the state of Oklahoma proud of our football team and give them some identity. And it worked, and they got Bud Wilkinson in there, and that's the coach they wanted. And it's history. The rest is history. And it's a great book. It's a great read. It's a great history at the University of Oklahoma. And they won the College World Series. And how about Phil Mickelson? We didn't talk about him. Did you see what he did?
No.
He is skipping the U.S. Open.
Oh, for his daughter's
to go to his daughter's graduation in high school, and she's the valedictorian, and she's giving the commencement speech, and he's 46 years old. He's never won the U.S. Open. It's the only major he's never won. And this is probably one of the best few times he really actually have an honest, good shot at it. So there's a petition out there to make him move the graduation so he will play. But he's already said, I'm not doing it. I'm going to watch my daughter graduate.
Him.
Yeah. Isn't that so?
Should move the world for him.
And how about Eric Berry? Did you read about that?
No, give me that one real quick.
He was spotted in a restaurant in downtown Knoxville by some football fans, but they said they didn't really say anything to him. And he was getting an armload of to-go orders, and he actually took them out into the streets of Knoxville and fed the homeless with that. He didn't publicize it at all. It was other people seeing him do that.
That's pretty classy.
It is classy. Eric Berry's a class act. His two brothers are at UT and they're doing very well, but he is a class act for the University of Tennessee and the Kansas City Chiefs. Signed the richest deal for a safety in NFL history, and $40 million guaranteed. He could afford it, but he can also afford to sort of live the good life. And he's out on Knoxville walking down Gay Street
feeding the homeless.
Feeding the homeless.
That's pretty classy.
It is pretty. He beat cancer. I mean, you have to give this guy his due. You have to give him his due. I just thought that should be mentioned.
UT Sports Report. Good job as always. He said next Friday I'm going to be here on Friday because we're going to Phil's Dream Pit. So, okay.
I said that. Okay, I'll be there.
Yeah, there you go. Getting that free food, working me. That's all right.
He's got some good. That rub chicken is just phenomenal.
Good stuff. Be there next Friday. Take a quick break.
I might just go down there now.
I think you should. On the way.
I might.
Only back in to stop in and eat. Tell them Tom sent you.
I got to call 2 ball games tonight, but
got to go.
I like to eat before I do that.
Josh Lawson joins us next. We'll be right back. We're live at Food City here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back to the Tom Dover Sports Show. We're live here again at Food City in Colonial Heights on a Food City Friday. Fantastic Friday. We run them down for you as Josh settles in, ready to go. We've got Value Time sandwich bread today, 20-ounce loaf, one day only today, 65 cents for a loaf of bread. The eggs one blows my mind. White Value Time large eggs for a dozen, one day price today. Limit 4 dozen per person, 50 cents a dozen. So for $2, you come out here with 4 dozen eggs. Makes a lot of sandwiches.
It's a lot of chickens too.
Good point. A lot of chicken. Give me some taters. That's good. Got to watch this Lawson guy. He is sharp. He's Vidalia onions, a 3-pound bag for $1.99. Chicken leg quarters, again limit 4 chicken leg quarters, one day price 49 cents a pound. Again, at all food cities, and also again, if you're a fan of tuna, Starkist chunk like tuna. 5-ounce can, limit 6, 65 cents a can. In Van Camp's chili, those cans are 15-ounce cans, Van Camp's chili with beans, 15-ounce can, limit 6, one day price 95 cents. And so those are some of the specials going on at all food cities. We're here again at Food City in Colonial Heights. Monday we're going to be at American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City. Let's see, Tuesday, don't know yet. Wednesday, we're going to be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday, we're going to be at Champion Chevrolet. And next Friday, we'll be at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit off Interstate I-26. We're at Food City today, and this man's with us. And he sat down, took a big, deep breath, and said, man, it's here. And he's exactly right. Appalachian League Baseball cranking up. Gosh, we're inside of what? A couple of weeks now, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks from this upcoming Sunday.
Wow.
That's unbelievable. Players will be in Kingsport in a week from this Sunday. So some young men don't know yet that they're going to be in Kingsport. The draft's on Monday and Tuesday of next week, and we get a lot of those guys. And so I imagine they're kind of sitting on pins and needles right now, waiting to get that phone call on Monday or Tuesday saying, "Congratulations, you're a New York Met, and you're going to Eastern Tennessee to start your career."
There you go. Amateur draft is when?
Monday. Starts Monday.
So that's when the calls go out.
That's when the calls go out. That's whenever young men get to realize their dream of becoming a professional baseball player.
Yeah. And so what a great place to start in Kingsport, the Appalachian League, because the city of Kingsport, much like the other Appalachian League teams, they embrace their kids and their teams. And for me, I would think as a young person, leaving home for the first time, going out and getting drafted, maybe not for the first time, but certainly leaving from a college ranks, going to a pro situation, any team in the East Tennessee or in the Appalachian League will be a good place to start because the people are so personable, and a lot of these guys stay with families during the year, and so you really develop those relationships, don't you?
Yeah, they do. We hear from our season ticket holders all the time. At one time, we actually used to house our players with the fans. They would be host families that would bring the players in for the summer, and They'd have 2, 3, 6 of them, however many it was, and they became a part of these people's families. Now we actually house them all in a hotel together and keep them all together. But these young men, like David Wright, got close to a lot of families around here, and I know those families, they go to Atlanta or Washington whenever the Mets are kind of in the area, and go see David or go see Daniel Murphy or whomever, and they develop relationships with people around here, and that's still the case today. I know a lot of our season ticket holders get close to some of the players, and you're so close to these guys, you're right on top of them. We're hosting a wood bat tournament going on at the stadium today, and I walked out and realized how close you are to the field to play and everything. And so not only are you on top of the game, but these guys like to mingle with the fans pregame, and they do. We'll have our guys out at Food City or Fazoli's or wherever we take them to go out and be in the community. These guys love the fans. They love, it's not like in the major leagues where, the players are here, your fans are here, and there's a big separation. These guys, they're literally living their dream of getting able to play baseball professionally, get to do what they love, and the fans, they feed off that energy. Guys that come up from the GCL or guys that come up from Port St. Lucie, extended spring training, they play their games during the daytime and there's no fans. It's all scouts and coaches and front office personnel, and then they get here and get to play their game at night in front of 1,000 fans or 2,000 fans, and they feed off that energy.
Sure,
they love it. They really do. And I've heard the players talk about how nice everybody in the community is and how they make them feel at home.
We're talking to Josh Lawson, obviously on the screen from the Kingsport Mets. Again, season tickets are on sale, and tell them about the season tickets at Hunter Wright Stadium.
Yeah, season ticket. You can't beat this. This is such a it's a great deal. Our general admission season tickets are $80. Our reserve season tickets are $130. This year we have new reserve seating, so they're kind of a premium right now. We reduced the amount of reserve seats we have. We have really nice seats those go in, and there's perks to being season ticket holders. We did a special gift for season ticket holders this year that you can only get by being a season ticket holder. We have special deals, coupon book that you get whenever you become a season ticket holder. And so, for general admission tickets for $80 for 34 undated tickets, you can't beat that deal. I know some people inquired about bringing a softball team or a baseball team or maybe their youth group or something like that. Some of them just go ahead and buy a set of season tickets because it's 34 undated tickets and you're paying just over $2 a ticket. So you can't beat that.
No, gosh no, you cannot beat it. That's a great value, and you literally see, as you've already thrown out some of the names, the stars of tomorrow, Appalachian League Baseball, right around the corner at all the parks. And of course, we're pushing on this particular visit the Kingsport Mets and barbecue at the park. What's that all about?
Barbecue at the ballpark. We started this 2 years ago. We got a catering company that comes in and does an all-you-can-eat barbecue. And I know you love that, Tom. I know me and you tried to do a hot dog competition that I kind of got. I was talking to April about that the other day. I said, old Tom, we were at down in Carter's Valley Road, I believe it was, and we went after a hot dog eating contest. And I think I got up to around 12, and I kept hearing, well, Tom made another one. So I had to keep going. And so then I heard you bowed out at 2. After I'd downed a dozen hot dogs. I paid for that for a few days, but yeah, that was tough. But you can come out, and believe it or not, it's all you can eat hot dogs as well too. That's in all the packages. But for $18 a person, and that's the middle package. We have a $16 and we have a $20 one. But for $18 a person, it's all you can eat pork barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, coleslaw, baked beans, dessert, and drinks. And that also includes a ticket to the game. You can't beat that. Yeah, and we host that up in our pavilion. It's a covered area. It's great to mingle. We host anywhere from 25 people, which I don't think we've ever had that least amount because there's a minimum of 25. But normally we have around 40 to 75. Last year we had a group of 200. This year we had a group of 400 actually just book with us. And so we can host as many as as we can hold in there. And so It's became very popular. First year, I think we had 5 for the 34-game season. Last year, I think we had around 12 to 15. This year, we've already booked that many, and we got more looking at it.
Wow.
So it's getting very popular. We're hoping to fill up all 34 days.
Baseball and barbecue, you can't beat it. Kingsport
Baseball
Mets.
and barbecue, yeah.
We're talking to Josh Lawson again. So, and we were talking, interestingly enough, about Major League Baseball. And you were citing during the break about the youth movement in Major League Baseball. Tell me about it.
Yeah, you always hear about rookies coming up, and I know it kind of began a few years ago with Bryce Harper and Mike Trout making their debuts. But it seems like since those two guys have made their debuts, you've had guys like Chris Bryant and Carlos Correa and Kyle Seager and all these guys, Corey Seager, all make their major league debuts. And I was looking at the standings, and we're pretty well into the season. We're getting really close to the All-Star break, which marks the midway point of the season. And out of 6 divisions, 5 teams are youth movement teams, which with the New York Yankees, the Houston Astros, those guys, and excluding Washington Nationals, which if you look at them with Trey Turner and Bryce Harper, they're pretty young too. But a lot of teams like Minnesota with Miguel Sano and Byron Buxton, and Colorado with Trevor Story and Nolan Arenado, those are all young guys that's made their major league debuts within the past 5 years, which says to me, the future for baseball in the next 20 years looks extremely bright. I know you've got your veteran pitchers like Dallas Keuchel and Kershaw that's having great years, but these young kids that's coming up, and one of the most exciting players is Miguel Sano. If you get a chance to watch the Twins or catch the Twins at all, Sano and then Dansby Swanson with the Atlanta Braves, these guys, they're really, really good. And I've heard for years when I was growing up, everybody said there'll never be another time like Murderers Row or the Big Red Machine. And so we went for a long period there of not having those future stars like that. And then Chipper Jones came along, and John Smoltz and Tom Glavine and Greg Maddux and all those guys, and it seemed to start, baseball started to kind of having another movement again. And now with the talent that's in Major League Baseball now, and even in New York, our pitching staff with Jacob deGrom, Syndergaard, Steven Matson, Harvey, maybe one of the best pitching staffs in baseball in 20 years since the Atlanta Braves team. So it's a really exciting time right now to not just watch Major League Baseball, but minor league baseball, because all these guys that we mentioned, they came up through they played in small towns like Kingsport, Elizabeth, and Johnson City, and all that. And so I think we looked at the top 100 prospects. I think about 70 of them started their career in the Appalachian League.
Great point.
And it was unbelievable. I think we did there's a little article that's actually going to be in our program this year that Eric, our radio guy, wrote. But I think there's 175 guys on the opening day roster in Major League Baseball this year that started in the Appalachian League. So you can come out and watch a game, and I know some of these kids you hadn't heard their names before, but if you watch them play and you see them play, who has that talent. We had a kid in Johnson City, which this is unheard of, played for the Johnson City Cardinals last year, made his major league debut on opening day with the San Diego Padres, and is still having a really good season in San Diego. So he went from the Appalachian League one year to the major leagues the next year. That's unheard of. He skipped all those levels in baseball, but San Diego picked him up in the Rule 5 draft in the off season, and the Rule 5 draft states that if you don't put the player that you've drafted on your major league roster, you have to return him to the team that you got him from. So San Diego knew that, we're going to be young for a long time. Might as well put this kid in our lineup and keep him, and it's bode well.
He's producing.
It's producing, and I know used to it. You'd give guys time to get through the minor leagues. You'd put them at one level and leave them for the entire season and work their way up. Now guys are skipping through there, and getting to the major leagues really early. So you're seeing some 19, 20-year-old guys make their major league debut when it used to be 23 to 24 years old was whenever you made your major league debut. So, yeah, it's a fun and exciting time to watch baseball.
And the teams that you're going to be watching the Appalachian League will have kids on these teams, obviously, that you'll see and hear probably sooner than later in the bigs.
Yeah.
So all the more reason to get your season tickets, and all the more reason to get out there for opening day, opening night. When's that going to be?
For us, it's June 25th, Sunday, June 25th. We actually open up on the road the 22nd in Burlington, North Carolina. But we open up at home at Hunter Ride on Sunday, June 25th, which is 2 weeks from this Sunday. And it's going to be a very special night. We're excited about this. Brian and I sit our entire off season in our office, and it's December, it's snowing, it's bad weather, and we're talking baseball and what we can do to make the upcoming season interesting. Now it's exciting for us because all those ideals, all those things that we put together, now we're seeing it come to life, and I'm excited about it. I'm thrilled to see some of the fans to see what we've came up with. But we're going to change our name. It started a few years ago. The Fresno Grizzlies started changing their name to the Fresno Tacos for one game, and that called on. Lehigh Valley became the Lehigh Valley Bacon for one game, and so it's making me really hungry. I'm glad these special foods. But they started changing their names for one game, so we're going to change our name to the King Sports Spirit because we wanted to do something in recognition of King Sports 100, and we remember reading that there used to be something called the King Sports Spirit that people had here. That was a pride thing. It was proud of the place that you're from and the area you're from. And so we're going to change our name to King Sports Spirit. We're going to wear a special on-field jersey that has a collage of different places that make up Kingsport, whether it be Allendale or Bays Mountain or John Sevier Middle School or Jackson Elementary, whatever it is, that you'll, as you get up on the jersey, you can see all the different pictures that make up Kingsport. And the good thing about that is you can take that jersey home with you. Starting in the third inning, people can line up at our souvenir shop, and for $100 they can actually buy that jersey off the player's back that's going to wear it, and all that money is going to go to the Kingsport Archives. And so we're very excited about it. Got a very special pregame ceremony planned. I hope everybody can come out and make it. We've had a lot of interest. I was speaking to a Rotary club yesterday, and he asked, one of the trivia questions was, do you all know what Kingsport Mets are going to change their name to? And a dozen people raised their hand, and they already knew about it. So, there's a buzz, and I'm excited about it. I know a lot of the fans are excited about it, and so it's going to be really fun.
Website?
www.kmets.com.
kmets.com. So come back anytime we can have you?
Anytime at all. We'll eat some hot dogs.
There you go. That's a true story. We got in a hot dog eating contest, and I kind of threw him to the wolves because they kept saying, well, Tom's eating 10, Tom's eating 11, and I look over, my man is stuffing them.
Just kept going.
Yeah, it kept going. I stopped at 2. So you got sick too, didn't you?
We don't do what those guys in New York do with just the weenie and the bun. We loaded down chili, onions, whatever you imagine. That's a lot of food.
That was mean. That was mean of me to do that, wasn't it?
That's all right.
You got stomach burn and everything else, and we're still talking about it. How many years ago though?
That's been a while back. I was in my 30s then, so I was okay then. I do that now. We're in real trouble.
Awesome job. Appreciate him very much. Good guy right here. Doing a great job, obviously, promoting the Kingsport Mets, the Appalachian League entry from the New York Met organization. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We got a lot to talk about. We got the Predators. We've got, of course, the NBA. Got college baseball, the Super Regionals today. Major League Baseball from last night. The scoreboard, who's playing well, who is playing where today and tonight. All that coming up next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Also, a little bit later on, we'll go to Cincinnati to our buddy at WLW Radio. We'll get his take on the Cavaliers' meltdown, and the Reds are playing pretty good. We'll talk about that next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back live with the Tom Tony Sports Show. Thank you, Josh Lawson. Great job as always. He is awesome. Top shelf. Again, we're live here at Food City in Colonial Heights. Jason's going to join us coming up here in a few minutes. Again, these specials. One-day sale. Fantastic Friday. Chicken leg quarters. Again, limit 4. 49 cents a pound today. Vidalia onions, limit 2. 3-pound bag, $1.99. Value time large eggs, a dozen eggs. When was the last time you get a dozen eggs for 50 cents? You can today here at Food City, at all Food Cities. Limit 4 per person. Value time sandwich bread, 20-ounce loaf. Limit 2 for 65 cents a loaf. Unheard of. And Food Club soft drinks, 24-pack, 12-ounce cans. Limit 2 for $3.99 at your local Food City. Over 120 stores across 4 states. And again, these specials good till midnight tonight when the stores close. Van Camp's chili with beans, 15-ounce can, limit 6 for 95 cents. Star Kiss Chunk Light Tuna, 5-ounce can, limit 6, 65 cents a piece. Value Time vegetables, green beans, golden corn, sweet peas. Again, a case of Value Time vegetables for $5 for a case. $5 for a case. Value Time vegetable oil. Value Time vegetable oil, 48-ounce bottle, one-day price, $1.50 limit 2. And Buckley Farms bologna, regular or thick sliced, 16-ounce package for $1.25 at all Food Cities, again through midnight tonight. All right, here we go. Let's run down the sports to let you know what's happening. First, the Tri-City Otters in action. Otters will be ready to go tomorrow night, taking on the South Carolina United Bantams, the team they lost to 1-0 in the season opener. They'll play them tomorrow night at Kermit-Tipton Stadium. The Otters in action, your local professional hockey team. The Tri-Cities Otters in action tomorrow night against the South Carolina Bantams. Coming up tomorrow, the Belmont Stakes in New York. Again, Irish War Cry, a 7-2 favorite for the Belmont Stakes. The colt that claimed status after expected favorite Classic Empire was forced out Wednesday because of an abscess in his right front hoof. So the top 2 horses coming out of the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness, Always Dreaming and Cloud Computing, both of those not in the field tomorrow for the Belmont Stakes. So Irish War Cry drew the number 7 post, and so that's going to be the odds-on favorite to win the Belmont tomorrow again, for the last leg of the Triple Crown of horse racing. College baseball, Tony Skoll leaving East Tennessee State to be the new head baseball coach at the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. Again, the Citadel saying Skoll is the school's choice to replace Fred Jordan, who retired after 26 years and 831 career victories. And so, again, Tony Skoll gone as the head baseball coach of the East Tennessee State Buccaneers, and so they'll have to get him a new coach for baseball at East Tennessee State University. Also, big congratulations to Elizabethton's Lauren Brickey. She was recently chosen as Miss Softball by the Tennessee Softball Coaches Association. Again, Brickey, who helped Elizabethton reach the Class AA state tournament for the first time in school history. Junior posted a record of 18-3 pitching. Well, hello, kids. How about that Sullivan Central basketball team? There you go, Lady Cougars. There you go. 18-3 in the circle she is, with an ERA of 2.10 to go along with 143 strikeouts at the plate. Lauren Brickey for Elizabethton batted .473, 10 home runs and 52 RBIs, also ripping 18 doubles on the season. Only a junior, coming back next year, posting an 18-3 pitching record and hitting 10 home runs for the Lady Cyclones. So big year for Lauren Brickey. And again, from Elizabethton, she was named the Miss Softball title by the Tennessee Softball Coaches Association. What an honor, and well-deserved, of course, for that young lady. Major League Baseball, let's run them down for you. Last night of the American League, Angels beat Detroit 11-4. Yankees over Boston 9-1. Washington beat Baltimore 6-1. Tampa Bay 7, Chicago 5. Houston beat Kansas City 6-1 in the American League. In the National League from yesterday, you had Cincinnati sweeping the Cardinals for the first time since 2003. Beat them 5-2. San Francisco over Milwaukee 9-5 and 10. You also had Arizona downing San Diego all over the Padres 15-3. Miami beat the Pirates 7-1. Washington 6, Baltimore 1, as we told you. Atlanta beat Philadelphia 3-1. And Colorado over the Cubbies. Final there was 4-1. In the National League today, one day game. Colorado against the Cubbies in Chicago at Wrigley. Tonight under the lights, Miami at Pittsburgh, Texas at Washington, the New York Mets in Atlanta, Philadelphia at St. Louis, Milwaukee at Arizona, the Reds on the left coast against the Dodgers, Kansas City at San Diego, and Minnesota at San Francisco. In the American League, everything under the lights tonight. Texas at Washington, White Sox in Cleveland, Detroit at Boston at Fenway, Oakland at Tampa Bay, Baltimore and New York to battle the Yankees, the Angels at Houston, Kansas City at San Diego, Toronto at Seattle, and Minnesota continues their series with the San Francisco Giants. All that going on in Major League Baseball. Now the Super Regionals in college baseball coming up. Everything starting at noon or underway. You've got Kentucky and Louisville playing in Louisville in that particular regional. Also, you have Davidson and Texas A&M later on this afternoon. Vanderbilt and Oregon State tonight. Also, you have coming up at 6 o'clock tonight, Cal State Fullerton and Long Beach State. Tomorrow, Sam Houston State and Florida State at noon in Tallahassee. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Wake Forest and Florida from Gainesville. Also tomorrow, you have Mississippi State and LSU, and Missouri State and TCU. That's your 8 super regionals going on, the best of 3 at all those 8 locations. The winners move on. Of course, the losers are eliminated from the postseason college baseball competition. Cleveland, Golden State tonight. It will be happening game 4 from Cleveland. Golden State trying to finish them off. Cavaliers trying to stay alive and take it back to Golden State for a Monday game in California. But everything points, and everybody's telling me that it's over. And so we'll see. They'll play it tonight in Cleveland, game 4 of the NBA Finals. And also coming up on Sunday night in Nashville, Bridgestone Arena, it'll be the Predators and the Penguins, game 6, with the Penguins now leading 3-2 with a chance to close it out in Nashville. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go to the phone. We'll go to Cincinnati. We'll hear from our buddy Riding Away with Dave. See what he's got to say about the Cavaliers and about the Reds and anything else on his mind next here from Food City. Show number 536. You are listening and watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live again at Food City in Colonial Heights, and let's go to the phone. He's there in Cincinnati, Ohio. Our buddy Riding Away with Dave from WLW Radio. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, Tom. Nice to join you today. It's a beautiful day. I think finally some of the rain's moved on out. We got some big motorcycle rides this weekend honoring a fallen police officer and the Breast Fest run. So a lot of activities going on besides sports here in the tri-state area, the Queen City. But I know you want to talk some sports, and I know you want to hear my take on the Cavs, but I guess let me hit on the Reds first because, you know, I'll be doing shows this weekend, and so we were chatting off air. If you're still up and you want to participate, I probably won't be going on the air tonight till like maybe 1:30. In 1:30 tomorrow night because the hottest firecracker Reds are taking on some more snowflakes out there in LA with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are a bunch of meanies this year. They've got their stuff together, playing pretty good ball, but the Reds have finally turned it around at the expense of the St. Louis Cardinals that at one time were just leading the Central Division. Isn't that wild?
It is wild. They swept them for the first time since 2003. What about your guy Scooter? Had 4 home runs the other night. That's the best in Reds history. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody needs to inspect that bat or something like that. I don't know if they stuffed it with some kryptonite or what, because I had never really heard of that guy or whatever. And all of a sudden, everything he swung at started going out of the park. Now, I think somebody confiscated the bat and took it for x-rays or whatever because he didn't do so hot yesterday. But, yeah, that was a tremendous feat. I mean, that's only been done, 17 times or 10 times or something like that. Tremendous feat, and 4 in a row is just unbelievable.
Yep, only 17 people, and you go back and look, I mean, we've got Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Luke Gehrig, I mean, we've got some big names in baseball, so quite a feat for Scooter Gennett and the Reds, and you're right, they swept the Cardinals, they flown to L.A. to open up a series against the Dodgers, so we'll see how they do on the left coast, but Reds are playing some pretty good baseball. To sweep the Cardinals, as we said, hadn't been done since 2003, that's pretty encouraging for the Cincinnati Red fan base.
Well, yeah, it is, and I'm a little hesitant. We're a little worried about this West Coast trip because when they were out there and played the San Fran Snowflakes, they lost, got whipped up on pretty good. So I don't know. You got to be careful as long as they don't go out there and hit the nightlife and stuff like that. I think the Reds will be okay. But like I said, the Central Division National League is going to be up for grabs pretty much all year. Of course, everybody thinks that Chicago will end up coming out on top, but very competitive. Milwaukee's been a big surprise. The Reds have played real good ball for their expectations, and they've been in the hunt. As long as the Reds gets a little bit of decent pitching, their bullpen really hasn't been too bad this year. But, they've got some competitive guys. They got some young guys. And Joey Votto had a big game yesterday, and they need him there in the middle of the lineup to keep swinging the stick, and a few guys get on in front of him. Anything can happen. That's the one thing that's always fun about baseball. I mean, you never know from week to week and, month to month, series to series. But I know you want to hear my take about the Cavs, and, of course, I talked them up about how they were playing so much better defense coming into the well, they were when they were playing the weaklings in the East, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? But, but when they went up against the real deal, and you got to give Golden State an awful lot of credit. Those guys play really unselfish ball, and they do a lot of things that it takes to win a championship, and they're pretty much well on their way. But, I would point out, and I wasn't even aware of this, but, the Cavs, one of the things that was a key to their success last year, they had their center, this Trish Thompson, playing decent ball, but then I find out he's been hanging around with one of those kooky Kardashians, and now he's playing like some old grandpa, about 30 pounds overweight, can't even jump off the floor. Here's a guy that's 6'11", Tommy, 6'11", and in the big ball game, the third game that the Cavs had to win, guess how many rebounds a 6'11" dude like him has?
4.
3. And I think 3, yeah, well, I don't know. I think 3, maybe they give him credit for some. I think they were loose balls on the floor. He just happened to grab out of the heap or something like that. He hasn't done anything scoring. 0 points, 23 minutes, 3 lousy rebounds. And let me tell you, no stinking defense. And if you want to know what's wrong with the Cavs, it's been this Thompson, along with a couple of the guys coming off the bench that hasn't produced. But, I mean, it was Hercules type of efforts from LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, with 38 and 39 points. But, I mean, 2 against 3, and then you throw in, 2 of the refs and stuff like that. That ain't going to get it. And it was a case where the Cavs were their own worst enemy coming down the stretch because, the handwriting was on the wall for them to be able to win the game. But when they had a 5-point lead and they got nothing out of their possession, and Golden State came down and hit a 3, I thought, oh, no, don't let them take a 3, don't let them take a 3. And sure enough, the Cavs went down, fiddled around, got a lousy long outside shot, no good. And I've seen it on the replay. They've shown it about 10 times. I don't usually get a chance to see it. But here comes Durant down the middle of the court, taking his time, dribbling the ball. LeBron's supposed to be guarding him, and I guess he's probably gassed. And you can't criticize him. But why in the world would you back up behind the three-point line and just let Durant just come right on up to the three-point line and casually take his jumper? And sure enough, he nails it, and they go up by 1. And that was the ball game. I mean, what was it, a 13-0 run there in the last 3 minutes or so for Golden State?
Yep, 118 to 113. And I thought the Cavaliers, they imploded down the stretch, particularly his last 2-3 minutes. So it's a pride game tonight, obviously, and you nailed this, and you nailed it perfectly. At some point, you have to say, look, Golden State's a better team. That looks like it's what's going to be this year, but they're going to try and save face tonight. You hate to get swept as the defending world champions and get swept with that last game on your home floor, but I honestly don't see, and you know, I've sat and watched this over and backwards and forwards, and I honestly don't see what Cleveland can do any different to beat these guys. I mean, they're deep, they're good. Even if they have an off shooting night, I mean, the Warriors are just a better team right now, and so I don't see the Cavaliers winning. I don't see them winning. I think they'll get swept tonight. What do you think?
Well, here's one of the problems, and I don't want to do any criticisms because it's always easy to be an armchair quarterback or, you know, to sit back and, you know, Johnny come lately and stuff. So I'm just giving you kind of my honest analyzation on what I see. And one of the problems I had all along is that, you know, we talked about when you have championship games, especially in the NBA, it comes down to defense. You got to play some defense. And LeBron kept on saying, well, we're going to play our game. We're a running team. We're going to play our game. Well, the only problem is you're going up with water bugs on a basketball court, and if they're a faster team than you and a better outside shooting team than you, then you better count on slowing the game down, making the possessions count more. You need LeBron to play more inside instead of, you know, playing 40 feet from the bucket, even though you can't criticize him and stuff. But, you know, you look at the box scores and stuff like that, LeBron, for all the shots he took, and he started off 9 for 10. I remember that for sure. And so he started off 9 for 10. He ends up 6 for 17. So he wore down, but he's not going to the hoop, and he's not posting himself up down low. And, you know, go inside because Thompson obviously is no threat at all. Kevin Love was 1 for 9, so he didn't turn out to be much of a threat. But so LeBron's your inside guy. They needed to have him inside, going more strong to the hoop, drawing more fouls. Usually LeBron's on the foul line 10 to 15 times, even sometimes 20 times. You know, he's on the foul line 6 times. So, I mean, you know, what does that tell you? So the Cavs should have played their game. They should have changed it up. The last thing you want to do is play into the Warriors' strength, which is a speed game up and down the court, you know, passing the ball in the perimeter, getting their nice, clean looks on their three-pointers and stuff. And so the Cavs have played really right into the Golden State's hand the whole series. I've been very disappointed, and I got to put a lot of that blame on LeBron because he come out in the paper, keep on saying, "Oh man, why should we change our game? Why should we change our?" Well, LeBron, there's a good reason. You just seen a 3-0, you're down. So, you know, that's why you change your game, LeBron. And so, but what do I know? I'm just a little old radio boy out here hanging out doing a trucker show and a biker show and having a hell of a lot of fun with Mr. Tom Taylor and your sports show.
There you go. In closing, that's a good way to segue right into where we can hear you this weekend. Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, I'll be late, but we're getting a great response from the audience. I'm always loaded with phone calls, but right there on the big one, they call it the Nation Station 700 WLW, and I'll be doing America's Trucking Network show, and I'll be on live tonight, and probably around 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Now, if you're out on the West Coast, that's no big deal or anything like that. So probably a lot of Reds will tune in and be listening to me tonight. So hopefully they play good ball. I won't have to, you know, rip on them. But WLW 700, and if you're still up, I mean, I don't know your hours. I know you're like me. You're a night owl, and so you know, if you want to join in and stuff, I'll text you or whatever, and you can chime in. But we probably wouldn't get on the air till about 1:30 in the morning. But yeah, anybody that's up, running around, stuff like that, tune us in. And iHeartRadio, you know, that easy free app, you know, you can always listen to it anywhere in the country. That's what's nice about it.
There you go. Looks like I'll probably help you out. I think I want to come hang out with my man, the goddess of the god of the radio galaxy.
Not goddess. No, that's those other guys that swing a different way. No, I'm the guardian of the radio galaxy. The guardian, and that's all original material. Pay no attention to that big #1 movie that's been out, and it's a great movie. Anybody that hadn't seen it yet. So, hey, well, listen, I appreciate being on your show, Tommy, and look forward to chatting with you tonight or tomorrow night, brother.
You got it. Always a fun time with my man, riding away with Dave. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
I'll see you. Thank you, brother.
Yep, good man right there. Enjoy his friendship. Our buddy Riding Away with Dave, live at WLW in Cincinnati. We go from there to right back over here, and there he is, our Food City store manager, to wrap up our broadcast. Man, what a fast 2 hours. Goodness gracious, flown by. Jason Johnson back in here, and there he is on camera. And big guy, take it away. Give us give us a preach to us, brother. Give us that Fantastic Friday special.
All right, Tom. Fantastic Fridays going on till midnight tonight. One day and one day only. You get your Van Camp's 15-ounce chili with beans for 95 cents. Great summertime item. Your Star-Kissed Chunk Light Tuna, 5-ounce can, 65 cents. Your Value Time vegetables. That's any of your Value Time vegetables. Your beans, your corn, your sweet peas. You get a case of 12 for $5.
Wow.
12 cans of vegetables for $5, Tom.
That's hard to believe, brother.
Oh, I know it. It's crazy. Value Time vegetable, 48 ounce for $1.50. Fill up your deep fryer with them things. Buckley Farms bologna. That is good bologna. Make a good bologna sandwich right there. $1.25 for a 1-pound pack. Gold Leaf chicken leg quarters, 49 cents per pound. Now that comes in a 10-pound bag, so it's $4.90 for 10 pounds of chicken. That's a crazy deal right there. Vidalia onions, a 3-pound bag for $1.99. Value Time large eggs, 50 cents, Tom. And they're blowing out of here too. Let me tell you, that is a great price.
That's limited for, so you can get 4 dozen eggs for $2.
That's right. Got great dates on them, so they can sit in your fridge for a good while too. Value Time sandwich bread, 65 cents. That's a 20-ounce loaf. And then the Food Club soft drinks, a 24-pack of 12-ounce cans, only $3.99. You take that to the park with you, take that to the lake with you, take it home with you.
What is the shelf life of an egg? Typically,
shelf life of an egg? Well, it depends on the egg you buy. But the Value Time eggs we've got back there, you've got about 45 days on those, I think.
Leave them in the refrigerator 45 days?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Depends on the egg you buy, though.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a couple days. So
no, you get a good long day, yeah.
I love it. All right, then before we get out of here, buy one, get one free. You got a pile of those, too.
Oh, yeah. We got your Terry's potato chips. Those are made right up here in Bristol, Virginia. Those are buy one, get one free. Food City ice cream. That's the premium ice cream. Buy one, get one. Plus the Mayfield novelties are on that. So buy one, get one as well. Food City hamburger hot dog buns. Food Club shredded or chunk cheese. Tombstone pizza. Duke's mayonnaise. Tide Simply laundry detergent. Flip over to the back here. You got Food Club dressing. Food Club brewed tea, the 16-ounce. Terry's popcorn. That's real good popcorn right there. Cinnabon gooey bites. Dannon 4-pack yogurts. The Chobani 2-pound tub of yogurt. That's the Greek yogurt. Food Club no-calorie sweetener. Food Club coffee creamer, the 16-ounce size. Your Castleberry's hot dog chili. Food Club toaster pastries, the 6-count. All of those. Buy one, get one free. And that's through Tuesday night at midnight.
It's awesome. Great stuff. And that's at all Food Cities, over 120 stores, in 4 states. And, of course, we're at Food City in Colonial Heights. And then, of course, Gas and Go here. Was it 203?
Gas is 203, yes, sir.
203, regular unleaded. And if you have your value, 150 points on your value card, you'll take 15 cents a gallon off of that. Put it down to what? $1?
That's a $1.88 right there.
$1.88. So even regular unleaded right now at Food City today, $2.03 a gallon, regular unleaded.
Yes, sir.
That's the everyday price. And you can see up there, well, you can't, but I can see up there, they're stacked up getting gas too. So getting ready to get into the weekend. Jason Johnson, got to come back here more, man. You ever done this before?
Oh, just a couple times. Not with you though, Tom.
Yeah, I was going to say, this guy's good. He knows what he's doing. He's a salesman. I appreciate that very much. So, hey, I know you can get back to doing what you're doing, which is running this store, and I appreciate you very much.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
Yep, good job.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Yep, Jason Johnson with us in. We're going to wrap this thing up again. Super job. Let me tell you again, our guests. I want to say thanks to the guests who came by and made this show possible today. Again, obviously, Jason, the store manager here. Beth Clendenin from Kingsport Speedway. Pat Patterson joined us from Pocono, Pennsylvania. The NASCAR Monster Cup and Xfinity Series racing this weekend at Pocono, Pennsylvania. Kevin Harmon from UT Sports Report. Josh Lawson from the Kingsport Mets. Of course, our buddy Riding Away with Dave Martin, WOW Radio in Cincinnati. All those folks, and also Doyle, our produce manager here at Food City in Colonial Heights. Back in the saddle Monday will be at American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City. Tuesday, not sure yet where we're going to be. Wednesday, we'll be at Chick-fil-A The Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday, we'll be at Champion Chevrolet. And next Friday, we're going to be at Phil's Dream Pit off the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. So it's all going to be, again, coming up over the next couple of days here as we wrap up show number 536. And they said it wouldn't last. Again, thanks to our sponsor, our title sponsor, Grip Energy Drink. Again, with the Grip Energy Drinks right here at all Food Cities where you can purchase those. We're going to talk more about those because next week, it's going to be on the shelves. The brand new Grip and the brand new sugar-free pink grapefruit and the sugar-free orange is going to be on the shelves again at all food cities. They're telling us about next week, and we'll talk more and more about that starting next week here. Our title sponsor, Grip Energy Drink, available at all food cities across the 120 store chain. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours, and so until we re-greet you again, have a great weekend until we re-greet you on Monday from American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City. This is Tom Taylor, your host, saying, as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Have a great weekend. Great weekend. Thanks for joining us. So long, everybody.